Hello, I'm Eric Ray. I became a quadriplegic about 15 years ago as a result of a spinal cord injury. In that time, I've had to overcome a lot of hurdles, and one of the things I still deal with on a daily basis is limited hand function. Because my hands are paralyzed, a lot of simple tasks that people deal with every day are quite difficult or impossible. So I've learned to use a lot of adaptive equipment. Adaptive equipment can be anything from a strap held to a fork or something more complex like a mechanical tool to pick things up off the floor. In the last 15 years, I've not only used a lot of adaptive devices, but I've gotten pretty good designing my own custom solutions as well. Someone who makes a living at the intersection of technology and disability is Kurt Johnson, a rehabilitation counselor at the UW.
So I'm Kurt Johnson. I'm a rehabilitation counselor here at the University of Washington Medical Center, and I primarily work with the inpatient program providing adjustment counseling to disability, focusing on a lot of folks with spinal cord injury, assisting inpatient therapists with regard to post-discharge planning, and identifying functional outcomes for people having issues related to fine motor of upper extremity, use of their hands to do various activities, or to be able to return to using electronic devices, so whether it's cell phones, computers, and that type of thing. What Eric's being able to provide me is these devices which will allow patients to hold the finger, hold the wrist, or do whatever is necessary to actually use this device. So it's easy to position it, but it's not easy to come up with means to keep the finger straight in doing that. And I would think with Eric's experience and his not only his engineering experience, but his personal experiences in knowing what's necessary to do this type of thing, that's the key factor in using these types of devices.
For the last 7 years, I have been a volunteer with the SCI peer mentoring program at the University of Washington. I meet with newly injured people like Daniel Gray, who also have limited hand function. They are usually ending their stay at the hospital and are headed home to a familiar place with new frustrations and challenges.
Well, yeah, I met Eric in 2009. That was shortly after my accident. I was still in the hospital, and there was just a lot of questions, like how to manage your daily life and that kind of stuff. And it was really cool because he came in and through the peer mentoring program and kind of was a great example of being able to be independent and get out there, and it's not all bad, and things aren't going to be all good either. But here are some ways that I've tackled independence, or different ways to come about it. And a lot of the things with that are like adaptive equipment, and it's kind of expensive, and a lot of it isn't really kind of tailored to each person individually. Um, so yeah, working with somebody with a spinal cord injury and trying to network and figure out those little bumps and grooves and how to smooth them out would be fantastic, I think.
Not everyone can afford continuing support from occupational therapists at the hospital, so I'd like to volunteer my help as a professional designer and somebody who has also been through and understands what they're dealing with. My goal is to work with these newly injured people and help them come up with custom solutions to their adaptive needs. And this is one of the reasons why I need a 3D printer. 3D printing is a technology that has recently been growing incredibly quickly and has all sorts of applications. In the medical field alone, people are innovating every day, making things from prosthetics to artificial organs and on and on. One of the things that is so great about this technology is how quickly and inexpensively you can create a custom design. This allows you to quickly churn out multiple iterations, arriving at a final design with relatively little effort and expense. Having a 3D printer would allow me to build adaptive solutions for my fellow quadriplegics, also navigating life with limited hand function. If I don't raise this money to get a 3D printer, I won't be able to volunteer my services at a reasonable operating cost. If enough people give a small amount, we can make a big difference. Help me enable these people with greater independence. Thank you.